howlers.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Fade to Obsidian, your podcast about relationships and
Stuff.
spaceships. Ostensibly. As always, I'm Crescent, joined by Skipper,
Hello.
and for the first time ever, and our first fan art guest, we have Beer is the Mind Killer, Kevin, aka Gravity. Welcome on, Kevin.
Welcome.
Thanks for
Yeah,
joining us.
thanks guys. Glad to be on.
Welcome. Yeah, we're super excited to have you on, talk about you as an artist, all of your fan art stuff. Before we get started, though,
Mhm.
who are you? So I have a couple questions. Number one, how did you get Beer as the Mind Killer as like your artist or your handle or whatever? Number two, you do have the howler name of Gravity. Why are you Gravity? And number three, what are you drinking? And you can do those in any order you want there.
Yeah, let's start with the last one. I'm drinking a beer. Let's see.
Shocking.
It's a juicy pale ale
Ooh,
by
Oh,
the
nice.
Kansas City brewery, called
nice.
Alma Mater. They do some really good beers. So that's what I'm drinking.
Nice.
Beer's the mind killer. I got started with like doodling stuff and reading, sort of getting back into reading sci-fi with Dune.
Mm-hmm.
Dune, Benny Gesserit, beer is the mind killer.
Okay.
Uh, and so I'm into beer as well. I was like into craft beer quite a bit, like trading beer and all that. And so I don't know, beer is the mind killer was kind of funny. So that's kind of what stuck.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
What was the second question?
Why are you Gravity? You have
Why are...
the howler
Yeah.
Oh
name of
yeah.
Gravity. How'd you get Gravity?
Yeah, gravity. So like beer, when you brew beer, gravity is like a measurement you take when brewing beer. It has to do with, is it the level of alcohol, I think? Um, And yeah, I think that's the main thing. And then gravity, I guess, I don't know, it can be serious
Okay.
sometimes. So
All right.
yeah, that's it. That was
Awesome.
thanks to Hail Reaper podcast on their Discord. They gave me that howler name, so shout out to them. Appreciate it. Shout out to Soph.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love them. They're
Hell yeah.
fantastic. Crescent, what are you drinking tonight? Did you bring beer? I feel like
I
we had an
also
assignment for this one.
brought beer. It's much less fun, fancy beer. It's a brewhouse pilsner that was cheap.
There you go.
But I also have Summersby mango lime.
There you go. Cider.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I this afternoon did not think I had beer in the house, and I was far too lazy to go to the store. But then I remembered that I did have a beer. It is a beer that a howler who will name anonymous sent me through international mail, which is why we can't reveal who that person is. But the issue is that they sent it to me in 2020. I still have the bottle. I
Oh,
am
that's a
drinking
fancy
it.
beer.
It's a very fancy beer. Um, yeah, it's from 2020. It still tastes good though, but I think because it's a stout, so it probably holds. I don't know that in my mind. It's also 15% alcohol, or
Holy
at least
shit.
it was in 2020. Who knows if it's fermented more, however that works. But it is actually. I'll show you. It's very fancy that it is from Bottle Logic. I've actually had a bunch of their beer from this same person. Often sends me, maybe illegally over the border. It's an imperial stout brewed with maple syrup, aged in bourbon and maple syrup barrels, and finished with walnuts. So there you go. I
Yeah,
did.
well, that
That's
sounds
Awesome.
infinity amazing.
yeah. I had two that this person sent me in that same one, and clearly I've been hoarding it for like, oh, wait for the perfect moment, and never have until now. But the other one I have actually is churro flavored.
Holy
So
shit.
I know I had to decide. We're recording this far before it actually releases, but right now you've got the hat on. We'll say it that the Blue Jays are going to win the World Series against the Dodgers, and I had to decide tonight if I was going to go with the Maple Leaf beer or the Churro California beer, and we're supporting our. I was going to say our boys in blue,
Yeah,
but
they
both teams are
they
blue.
won, right? When did this
Yes,
release?
this will release November
They've
5th.
already won.
They've already
World
won.
champs.
We're making the declaration. I
Yep.
can't believe it. Oh, it's been since 1993. We're so proud of them.
That
That's
was the
funny
last
you
time
have
I was at a baseball game.
In
93.
1993?
Yeah.
How old were you?
Nice.
Oh wait, no, it was 92 because I was still in the womb.
Okay. They won in 1992 as well, Crescent. They did the back
Yeah,
to
back to
back
Yeah.
in
back.
92.
Sounds like I got to make a trip.
Yeah. In the next week, with tickets being crazy expensive. We'll see.
Yeah.
They're cheaper if you go to
There's
California.
yeah.
The Dodgers tickets are cheaper than the Jays tickets.
I was gonna say with the Bottle Logic, that's like more of an LA brewery.
Yeah, it is.
When I yeah was trading beer. Yeah, I did trade for a few Bottle Logic, so I know they're
Yeah,
awesome.
they're Anaheim. I forget if I've been there in person. I think this person might have taken me, but we did a whole tour of California craft beer, which was super fun. I think we hit up. I was there for a weekend and we did like 15 breweries because it was just like, wake up!
Wow,
This is all we're doing today.
nice.
I got off the plane and immediately taken to a brewery, which is fantastic. I feel like we would get along in our brewery craft beer style. All three of us. Crescent likes a good craft beer too.
I sure do. I
Yep.
just don't buy them for around the house.
Yeah.
I have whiskey
Yeah.
for that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Kind of. I'm kind of moving away from beer these days. I don't know. I'm just getting old. Can't drink beer like I used to.
I feel
So
that.
beer is the mind killer is kind of even more accurate than before.
Yeah.
It's
Mm,
killing my mind, my brain.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that as well. Hence why I didn't in the
yep.
house think I had any tonight. But anyway, on from that, I wanted to ask you because it's the first time on here. How did you find Red Rising? What was your introduction to Red Rising?
Yeah, it was a buddy of mine who I met through beer actually, and I think it was right after I had read Dune, the Dune series, and he had mentioned Red Rising, so I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. So this was like early 2023, so pretty late to the game, I would say. But yeah, started with Red Rising, loved it, of course, and then just tore through the next two. Um, and then a friend was like, he had read up to Dark Age at that point, so he's like, well, it gets really dark, so if you're happy with the way Morningstar ended, you could just pause there. But it's like, I don't know, like how dark could it get? so so
Well,
yeah, I know. He was right. I should have just no. So yeah, I read through the rest of the series, and then with the release of Lightbringer, I think I finished that in January of 24.
Nice.
Um, so yeah, here we are.
Here we are. That's fantastic.
oh,
Which
yeah.
one's your favorite?
Golden Sun,
Yes. Okay.
definitely.
Good answer.
Golden Sun.
Solid choice.
Um,
Solid choice.
and then two and three are like probably Morningstar and Lightbringer,
Okay. Yep.
like between those
Hmm.
two.
Yep.
So yeah, those are my top three for sure.
We're very aligned on that. Yeah. None of
Nice.
this
Which is your
Iron
least
Gold
favorite?
Dark Age.
Yeah, I feel like the edgy take is like
No.
Dark Age, Iron Gold at the top. Like nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want my
Like
characters
Lightbringer,
somewhat
Dark Age,
happy.
Golden Sun.
Dark Age. Oh,
There you go.
yeah. Nice. Awesome. Well, now that we know how you found Red Rising, how did you get into art? Is it something you've always been doing? Or is it later in life?
Um, yeah, not really. I mean, I don't even consider myself an artist.
Okay.
Um, I just like t-shirts, I guess.
Yeah.
So back in this was like probably 2005, 2006. I took like a screen printing class. This was in Kansas City. So that was sort of my first foray into kind of like designing t-shirts and stuff. But before that, I didn't really like draw or anything, so I've got no formal or informal
That's awesome.
training. And then once I finished reading the Red Rising series, I was like, man, I want to like make a t-shirt. And so I just started doodling stuff. Yeah, that's kind of how I got started.
That's awesome. So Red Rising was your because you do a ton of different books at this point. Red Rising was the first you kind of worked with.
It was either Red Rising or Dune.
Okay.
Red Rising was the first one that I had actually printed on a shirt.
Yeah.
So I might have done like some Dune doodles that I, kept for later on. But yeah, Red Rising was either first or yeah, second or something like that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's
And you've made like a huge impact on the fandom. Like people love your stuff, which is fantastic.
absolutely
Like
they
we
do.
see it floating around all the time. So kudos to you for all of that. Oh, you're wearing
Yeah,
I didn't even catch. You have
yeah,
it
there it
on your
is.
brow. You gotta stretch it
Yeah,
out
no,
slightly more, Crescent. Pull it
it's
across
uh,
slightly more. There you
it's
go.
pretty
Do I need to?
crazy.
Do I need
Like
to?
we need to see the back too.
Yeah. Full model.
Well,
Full model.
I don't know. Can you see it?
Hood up. Hood up.
Yeah,
Hood
Put
up.
your
Oh
hood
yeah.
up. There we go. Nice. I like it.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I yeah doodled that on like a notepad, like this big one day, and then I was talking to a local screen printing shop, and was like, hey, could
Hmm.
you like make this, put this on a T-shirt, help me do that? And they're like, yeah, sure. So I did that, and yeah, I think I made like 25 of them, put them on Etsy, and some people bought them. Like, oh, I guess some people like them as well. So
That's amazing.
pretty humbling that yeah, people are kind of digging it. So appreciate all the support.
Yeah, that's so
Oh
cool.
yeah.
So what is that process then? So you like you said you doodled it on a notebook, so then is it like a picture you take or do you have to like recreate it? Like what's that process?
Yeah, the standard process is I usually do a lot. So here's my current notebook. I'll just like doodle stuff. This is
Nice.
kind of see some spoilers, potential stuff coming later on.
Ooh.
But I'll doodle this like I'll start with pencil usually. Um, this is a fun one for Dungeon Crawler Carl. You might recognize him.
Nice. Yes.
So I'll start with pencil, and then I'll go like with pen, and then I'll scan it in to the computer, and then I'll use a software to like make it what they um, what am I? I'm just blanking on it. I use Inkscape,
Vector.
which is a vector. There you go. Yeah, a vector. So once in vector form, I can adjust it, add text, and all that stuff, and then you can use the vector to, you know, put it onto a T-shirt. Um,
That's super cool.
yeah, and there's a couple ways. I don't know. Do you guys want to hear about
Yeah.
the longer
Yes.
process?
Just keep going. Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
want everything.
Yeah. Once I've got a vector, there's like two different ways you can do it. So the first way is, I'll work with a local screen printer to put it on a T-shirt. So I'll just send them the vector, and then we'll make, a batch of T-shirts. And so you can see in the back, I've got these boxes of T-shirts that nobody has bought. So they just sit in the basement. So that's one way I do it. Back in the day, I would make my own screen prints like this.
Ooh.
So
Ooh,
this is a
sick.
band you might be familiar, but so you have to like make sort of paint this resist onto the screen, and then you squeegee on the paint um, onto a shirt. So I used to do that, but I don't do that now just because it's like super time intensive and I don't have the time to do it. So yeah, so that's the first way to do it, and then the second way that I do it, which is like 95% of what you'll see in Etsy, is what they call print on demand.
Mm.
So a lot of designers will use that. I use a platform called Printify. But basically, it's like super easy to set up. You just put in your design file, whether it's a vector or it could be like a PNG or something, and then you select the type of T-shirt you want, and then yeah, and then you just like list it, whether it's on Etsy or whatever website it is. So once somebody orders it, it gets sent to a printer. Um, could be like any printer in the US, could be
Mm,
global, and then the printer sends it directly to the customer.
nice.
So it's like
Convenient for
super
you.
easy.
Yeah,
Yeah, convenient. Like I don't have to store it in my basement. But there's advantages and disadvantages to both. So um, yeah,
that's
so
super
that's kind
cool.
of the process.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
When it comes to getting your ideas, is it something like I know, like you just talked about Dungeon Crawler Carl, and so I assume you've just read through, as we all have been, and is it like, oh, you're reading and immediately you're doodling, or is it something of like 10 months down the road, you're like, hey, that stuck with me. I'll go back and create it.
A little bit of both. If there's a scene or characters or something that just like jumps out at me, like, oh, I need to draw this, and I know what it's gonna look like, then I'll do it right away. If it's something that it's like, oh man, I love that, but I don't know exactly what it looks like, then I'll put it in my list of ideas. I've got a list on my phone. There's probably like 100 things on there that I'll try to go back to once in a while and just see like, this idea, and then I might randomly have inspiration from like some random thing, and then put that together with the idea on my list, and then draw it out. So yeah, it's kind of both ways.
That's awesome. Yeah. Because, I mean, in theory, ideas could be endless, but it's got to probably capture and inspire you in one way or another.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's kind of funny. I think some of the ideas that I have are like pretty silly, and so for example, have you guys read Project Hail Mary?
Yes.
Not
No? Okay. So there was
have
like
it.
a mashup I did, uh, which I don't know, I thought was really funny, so I did that. um, and it's yeah, so a lot of times it's like for myself, just because I think something is funny. Sometimes it's like people have their own ideas, or like, hey, would you try this out or something? And so I'll do it. So yeah, I think the creative process is interesting in that it's just different every time.
Yeah. Is there something that you've created and put out there that took off that you didn't think was going to be like a big hit? Like something that just surprised you on how the fandom reacted? And it doesn't have to be Red Rising, but just anything.
Yeah, the first one that comes to mind is the you guys have read Dungeon Crawler Carl,
Yeah.
Mhm.
first book at least.
Yeah.
So the daddy tax design that I did,
Yeah.
it's like a picture of a foot squishing a hamster. It's like a pretty bad drawing, but yeah, people love it, and so that was surprising. Um, but the other way, there's I think the funnier thing is like ideas that I think are great, and then like people just don't really, I don't know, catch on or so. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of those was the Surf Heliopolis. I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I've sold like two
Saw that
stickers,
one.
so
That's good.
so yeah, it's just funny. Like you never know what's gonna
Yeah.
get traction.
That's funny. Well, I mean, part of it I feel like it stands out to what, like, I won't lie, it took me to my second reading to, like, really realize what that, like, Heliopolis being, like, what that
Oh
would
yeah,
reference, because to me it didn't stick until we were doing the podcast and I had to, like, dissect it. So I feel like sometimes things stand out to each person in a different manner that the rest of us are like, oh, okay, sure, I don't know. And I
yeah,
feel
sure.
like Dungeon Crawler Carl is an interesting one of I didn't do the audiobook that most people did do, and it's really interesting to hear what stands out, like the foot fetish whole thing of like what would be the daddy tags. If you physically read it, it doesn't stand out as much as apparently I'm told that like when you're in the
Should.
audiobook, it's like uncomfortable at some points. And
Oh
when you're
yeah.
physically reading it, you're like, okay, and you just move on. Like so it's really funny of like what stands out. So that's really interesting to hear what, you know, takes and doesn't take. I think the surf Heliopolis from Red Rising would be hilarious. We'll buy you
Yeah.
stickers now. Crescent buys everything.
Yeah.
Hence having the
um,
I chilled out a little bit.
yeah.
tad.
I think one funny thing about Dungeon Crawler Carl is like for it to be funny, like for a design or a doodle to be funny, like you just have to draw the scene as it's written, and it's just
Yeah.
like hilarious. Whereas for some other books, like the funny references are like, it could be a pun or just could be a way you
Mm,
kind of twist the meaning of something. But
yeah.
yeah, just like literally the stuff from the book is like just so funny.
Yeah. It's great. I know. I am excited for book 8. We are not.
Yeah, me
We
too.
might need to become a Dungeon Crawler Carl podcast. I whipped through
Honestly,
those
I'm
books
I'm
so
down for
quickly.
it.
All right, that's our next thing. We're
Yeah,
gonna
you went
switch
you
to
went
just
through them
me.
quickly, and so did I.
Yeah, and they're thick books.
Yeah,
Um.
and they just keep
Yeah.
getting longer.
Yeah. Is there
Okay,
something?
so
Oh, okay, go.
so you said you don't consider yourself an artist, so this is maybe going to be a weird question for you to answer. But how would you describe your style?
Oh, that's good.
Um, it's a good question. Guess yeah, that is a good question. I don't know. Do I have a style even? I
Doodle
feel
core.
like I don't know, when I step back and like look at like I don't want to say like portfolio of work, but just like the doodles I've done.
Yeah.
Um, maybe I don't know. I try to like incorporate humor where I can, not always, but a lot of times. I kind of like to keep stuff a little rougher looking, like not as polished. Um, and then a lot of times I also like to play with color. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know like the technical like color theory and all that stuff, but just like to play with like, this looks cool, or maybe get inspiration from somewhere where you might not think of certain colors and where they show up in the doodle, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not a very succinct way of defining a style, but just I guess stuff I think about.
I will say that you do definitely, I don't know what the style would be, but you definitely have one because when it comes across the timeline, like our algorithm
Mm-hmm.
or timeline, whatever, I immediately know when it's yours rather than other people. I'm like, who's done that?
Yep.
Cool.
Like,
I think you should
so
call it doodle core.
doodle core.
Nice doodle core. I like that.
I like that. Yeah. And I also think you should consider yourself an artist. Like, you do
Absolutely.
fantastic work. Anyone who I think
Thank you. Yeah, I
puts in
appreciate
the
that.
creativity and does the amount of work that you do, like you're absolutely an artist. We're gonna make that declaration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That's very nice.
Yeah. Do you get requests from anyone? Well, I think you mentioned that you did, but is there anyone that it's like all the time is like, hey, you should do this? Like, have you heard anything that people have particularly wanted and you've created? And on the other side, has anyone requested something that you're like, no, I'm not inspired by that?
Yeah, I get requests. I think the first request that I did was, first of all, I was very flattered that someone would request something.
Mm-hmm.
But it was Sav from Hail Reaper Pod.
Yeah.
You guys probably know her. She requested a scene from Golden Sun from the gala.
Yeah.
So that was a doodle I did. I forget, like last year at some point, but it's I think chapter 11 where Darrow is like on the grounds of the I don't know the name of it, the garden or whatever, and like looking up at the tower where the gala is taking place. Um, so did that. It was pretty fun process, like collaborating and kind of bouncing ideas off of each other. So that was the first one that I did. The most recent one request I did was Raoul the Crab.
I
Um,
loved that when I saw it.
so yeah, someone on Etsy messaged me and was like, "Hey, have you considered doing Raoul?" I was like, "No, but I probably could." So that yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to think of a request that I haven't done. Um, yeah, I don't get a lot of requests, so I feel like I'll say yes to most of them. So if you
Nice.
guys have any requests, let me know.
My brain immediately went blank, but I'm like, yes. Can we have? Oh, you just did a dragon one, not for Red Rising, but I want the Red Rising Drake. Didn't we decide? That's always my always
Chapter
gonna
the
be a
chapter
request.
44 Dark
Chapter
Age.
44. That's always gonna be my request. Is anything with the dragon. But now I'm like, the world is our oyster. Crescent. Do you
I
have
want
anything?
Yeah.
I want a Sephi Blood Eagle.
Oh man, yeah, I could see that like super metal, like yeah. Um,
Yeah, you could do some fun things with the like
Hmm.
obsidians. Like is that like that tattoo style?
yeah, that
Yeah.
would definitely test my artistic ability, but put it on the list.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Pour back.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
or pour back in 5 years, something.
What was oh, expect me. This is like
Oh yeah.
Fade to Obsidian lore that we once did a contest and three people answered it and we apologized to them that we never did anything with it that of trying to create a design around expect me from the first one's in Morningstar, right? When
Chapter like
Darrow,
6, maybe
yeah,
4.
and Darrow, they're getting Trig, who that's when Trig dies, isn't it? My
Yeah.
brain is gone because I haven't read it. I need to reread. I haven't read it since we did it 2 years ago. Um, so yeah, Trig and Holiday show up, and then Darrow like back dives, being like, "Expect me," and that became my like obsession. And I think there's two other references to it, and so we've actually put out that call once. What are you pointing at?
Just one. There's
Just
only
one
one other one. Yeah, it's the one in Lightbringer.
in Lightbringer. I just remember reading it and being like, "Expect me." I don't think anyone else cares, but I care. That would be a fun one.
Uh, Yeah, no, I love that. I mean, that's like the reaction that, when I get a reaction like that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's going on the list because that's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I
we
love
did a
that.
call out of people doing merch for us. But no one's was like fully complete, so we never completed the contest. But yeah, expect me. I would be obsessed with that. Yeah, that'd be a good one. But it's just like a
Hell
me.
yeah.
Like I feel like nobody else really caught on to that one. It's just me. And then I skydived that year for Hazard Bedlam and purposely yelled "expect me" as we were going because I was like, "Yeah, this is the best thing ever." Anyway, um, yeah, there's some really fun like I feel like what a lot of what all my words. This 15% beer is suddenly hitting hard. A lot of what you do with the like wording and like the throwaway lines, like there's so much fun that yeah, I feel like you have so much you could work with. But as you say, like Dungeon Crawler Carl has got to be a fantastic
Gold mine.
set. We've talked Dungeon Crawler Carl, Dune, Red Rising. What other ones do you work with? What else have you done?
First Law is
Ooh,
one of
yeah.
my favorite series. Um, I think a while back, Crescent, we were like chatting about that, and you had listed First Law. I still need to get to Lightbringer, the series. I know you mentioned that as one of your favorites, right?
Oh yes. Yep.
So I need to do that.
Yeah, by Brent Weeks.
And then
Mm.
yeah, so yeah, First Law, one of my favorites. And then lately, I just finished the Realm of the Elderlings series. Have you guys
Ooh.
read that one by Robin Hobb?
No, but that's the dragon one you did, right? Because I saw the dragon and then I saw that it was Robin Hobb, and I was like,
Yeah, Dragons on Spring Break,
yeah.
which
That
is
that entertain. I
totally,
didn't even understand the reference, and I was like, I'm obsessed. Like,
yeah, that was another one where it's like, oh man, I hope people like this because I think it's hilarious. But yeah, didn't catch on as much besides my close circle of friends.
yeah. Well, it's
I
got to be
liked
hard
your
sometimes
good
too. Of
meats.
I was gonna say it's got to be hard sometimes of what you're reading versus like what the world reads. Like sometimes it just doesn't catch on in that term. Everyone's behind.
Yeah,
They'll just start
yep.
following you as a reader, and then they'll catch on.
Yeah, it's something I've thought about as well. Like, do I, do more Red Rising doodle? I mean, you could do Red Rising drawings forever, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just try to like go with what I'm reading at the time, and if I do have inspiration, I'll do something. But I do go back to Red Rising a lot just because there's so many good ideas.
So
Even
good.
like redoing ones that I've done in the past. Um, yeah, for example, like No Honor, No Time.
Oh yeah.
Like to me, that's just I know it's Lysander, and everyone hates Lysander, but it's just like such a badass line that I'll like get inspiration, in different places to like to go with that line. So I did one recently for that, and so yeah, just like I'll go back to older stuff I've done and redo new ones.
Yeah. Crescent, you got a question?
You do you put uh much like the continuity research into doing your stuff, or is it just kind of like this is my vibe? It's going on the page.
So like when you say continuity, like how
Like
accurate it is to the source
yeah,
material or something.
yeah, absolutely.
Um, Depends what it is. So yeah, if I'm trying to like that Golden Sun scene, I read through that chapter several times just to make sure I had different details in there. There's a Lightbringer one similar, like I was like pouring through every word in the chapter to make sure it was right. But yeah, I'll take like my own interpretation of certain things sometimes as well. So it just depends. Usually I won't mix it. Like if I'm trying to make it accurate, then I'll stick to that for that specific doodle. Um, and if it's like a weird reference or just kind of my twist on it, then I'll just kind of make it more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes
That's
sense.
super cool. Yeah, for sure. Awesome.
Yep.
Is there anything, a question you wish we would ask you? Is there anything that you're like, I want this highlighted?
Uh, yeah, not
No?
really. I don't know. Yeah.
That might just mean that we're doing our jobs as journalists. There
Yeah.
you go. We're getting to the root of things. I love it. Where can people find you? So you talked about Etsy and we've talked about Instagram. What like are you are Beer as the Mind Killer on both? Is that the easiest way for people to find you?
Yeah, on Etsy, I'm Beers the Mind Killer. On Instagram, I'm Beers the Mind Killer KC.
Mm.
So Beers the Mind Killer was taken already,
Ooh,
and yeah,
fight them
thought about
for it.
messaging the person and being like, "Hey, could I have that?" But KC works too because I live in Kansas City. My initials are KC, so
Yeah,
it's got a double meaning. Um, yeah,
that's cool.
I'm most active on Instagram. Yeah, Discord, man. I see the notifications from Discord on my phone like pop up, and I try to filter them out, but so many of them are like to like add everyone or like whatever. So
Yeah.
like sometimes I'll try to look, and yeah, it's just a lot though, and like I'm too old for Discord. So yeah, if you want to find me, I'm mostly on Instagram.
Okay. That's the best. Yeah, Discord. We were discussing before we went live. Discord is a beast, especially if you're in the Howler's Den. You're in the Legend Legion though, so always check out when we tag you in Legend Legion. Those are the fun people. It's all the best content creators.
Oh, is that so?
Not that
That's
the
like
That's
the
rest
what
of
it
the
content
people aren't
is.
creator
fun,
people.
but
Yeah, so the content, yeah,
Okay.
everyone else is awesome as well, but the Legend Legion is, and people don't know this because if you're looking and you see the list of who's online, it'll show you Pegasus Legion, which is the moderators, and then Legend Legion, which is all the content creators that are quote unquote verified. It means that we trust you. It's like you're not gonna scam us in some way. So I think it was
Cool.
Backstitch is who gave us, which we knew you already from Instagram, but when you joined, she was like, this person. We're like, yes, 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 yes. You need to be in Legend Legion. So, super fun on what, yeah. I feel like a lot of people don't know the lore of Legend Legion when they're in the den, but that's what it is. Um, my other question was going to be, so you're Kansas City. How often do you hang out with Howler Pod? They're Kansas City too. We got to shout them out.
Yeah, shout out Hallerpod. I've met up with them one time at a Me Like Bees
Oh
concert.
yeah,
That
classic.
was a few months ago. But yeah, that was fun.
They're great.
High Key Obsessed was there as well.
Ah,
So
Thomas.
yeah, it was really cool. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
some of our favorite
we should
people.
hang out more often, Hallerpod, if you're listening.
Yes, we'll put them
they
on
better
blast.
be.
They're back. They're recording new episodes.
Oh
They were
shit!
gone for a while. I know. We're the only ones who are crazy enough to go every week. Everyone else goes, hey, there's no book out. Why don't we pause? We're the
Except for
ones
those
who
random
are.
times where it's like, yeah, it's been 3 months. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, we love Howler Pod. We love Halo Reaper. High key
Mm-hmm.
obsessed. Thomas is amazing. And Cassie, Sharkbait. Um, so we're so great for this fandom and everybody in it. They're just all incredible people. We're gonna say that every time. Um,
True.
I think that's pretty much it for everything we've got here, Crescent. Yeah. Thank you so
No, I
much
think
for joining.
yeah.
Oh,
No, I was gonna say no. I think we've got our list of questions down
yeah,
pretty
they're
tight now.
incredible. Yeah. Um, thank you so much for joining us. Go Jays, go! I can't believe they won the World Series. It's
Unbelievable.
incredible.
The miracle.
It's a
People said
miracle.
we
I
had no
know.
chance, and yeah,
I know.
here we are.
And I can't believe they did it in 4 games and not. I don't know if I want to put myself on record saying that was
That's
a
pretty
sweep. I
pretty
can't believe
aggressive.
they did it in 5 games.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I only found out you were a Jays fan because you and someone else was going head to head with
So was
like,
it the Yankees guy?
yeah, the Yankees guy. And then you
Yeah,
got in
Sean's
with
book
someone
corner.
else, right? Didn't you? Oh, is it just Sean that was I was gonna say, didn't you get into it
Uh,
with the Mariners fan too? Or is it just over the Mariners games?
yeah, he was just rooting for the Mariners out of spite.
Mm, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Well,
But yeah, it was fun.
yeah. I know Red Helldiver at this point will be done. Us and Red Helldiver have an open bet of Jays versus Dodgers. So hopefully everyone entered that giveaway. That will be done. And somebody has won. I don't know. I'm not going to put the logistics out because while we're recording this, Red Helldiver is still working on the logistics, but they are a Dodgers fan, so we're going head to head with them. And congratulations if you won that giveaway
Well deserved.
based on this World Series. This is the weirdest I've ever. We never record this far out, but like we're doing it. So
It's like weirdly meta.
super meta. Um, yeah.
You could
Congrats, Blue
do
Jays.
you could do a beer thing, like loser has to send beer across the border.
No, so the thing, I think what it is, I'm going to pull it up. What I think the giveaway is at this moment, because the Blue Jays have won, Red Helldiver has to deck themselves out in Blue Jays gear. If the Dodgers had have won, I had to wear a Dodgers hat.
Mm,
But the other part of this is the Red Helldiver, if you don't know, is the most probably giving person in the entire Red Rising fandom and has been since the start of Red Rising. They are one of the original fans. If LA wins, somebody got a signed deluxe Red Rising copy. So
Oh, nice.
they got this, but signed by Pierce. Mine is not signed, I don't think. No. He's just doing the ones at the Grove or New York City Comic Con. And if Toronto wins, someone won a set of the Lit Escalade alternate covers, all 6 of them. So
Sweet.
there was 2
Yeah,
giveaways, both
that's
at the
amazing.
Hand of Red. Yeah. All I have to do is maybe wear a Dodgers hat. People will know at this point. Oh, there you go. You've got the alt cover.
I have all 3 of them, but I'm not going to grab all 3 of them.
Yeah.
It seems ridiculous.
No, but that is what the Red Helldiver is betting us currently as we record this. It'll go live tomorrow as we record, or 2 weeks ago as you're seeing this live. This is why we never record this far in advance. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us. Greatly appreciated. Thank you
for coming
everybody
on.
for watching or listening. If you are listening and you go back, we will have pictures. We didn't prompt you on this here, Kevin, but we'll put up your pictures so people know what you're talking about. So on YouTube, you'll be able to see all of that. But yeah.
Don't copyright strike us, please.
We don't get copyright strikes for pictures. We get copyright strikes for music sometimes. So we have to be careful.
And apparently our designs on Redbubble.
Oh, I am so mad at that. I'll put them on blast.
We'll talk about it later.
We had a design on Redbubble that said Helldiver. Catch these Helldiver hands.
Catch these Helldiver hands.
And it got taken down because of the Helldiver video game.
Video game, yeah.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful about that.
We appealed it, and then they never responded. So they
correct. You're right.
Yeah,
they
so
never
they put it back up, and then it was like
next
6 hours
they
later.
took it down.
It got taken down.
And when I appealed, being like, "You just put it back up," yeah, it's not worth my fight. But Helldiver video game, I have shit with you. Anyway. Yeah, anyway. Thank you so much. Yeah. I greatly appreciate you coming on tonight. And everyone else, have a good evening. Congratulations, Blue Jays.
All right, thanks guys. See ya.
Yeah, thanks.
Lo, Howlers. Red Rising isn't ending with Red God. Wipe away your tears, and welcome to the Book of Lorne. Episode 1. Honor in the First. The statue of the Gold Woman is thick and uncharacteristically short for her color. Her armor is utilitarian, unadorned except for the image of a griffin depicted head-on. Below her, a metal plaque has been affixed. It reads, Honor in the First. Am I really so naive that I thought I could just knock on this door and ask him to instruct me? And here I thought the morning to be free of storms. The voice rumbles from behind me. I go still. I turn to see the most famous warrior alive. Years and war have left this man like a spit of land pummeled by the waves of the sea, until all that remains is proud cliffs, violent scarps, and impish breaker sprays of mischief and danger in his eyes. He nods to the plaque. These words first belonged to my mother, Nephele au Arcus, who lived every single day of her life governed by a code of honor. Except for the day that she died. My dearest Lorne, this is the last you will hear from your father and I for some time. If the night goes well, we will come for you when it is safe. If not, then I am sorry, for the future of House Arcos will fall to you. I regret that it has come to this, that we must place ourselves in the service of a criminal, But our house cannot survive under your father's debts. We have no choices left. Son, what we do tonight, we do for you. To give you a chance at a life of honor, purpose, duty. I love you, my son. And if this is indeed our last goodbye, then I would bid thee to memorize the lesson I so badly forgot today. Under pain of consequence, honor in the first, honor in the last. The Book of Lorne, available now on shitescalates.com.